I'm from very humble background. We used to stay in hut kind of a thing. Some people came and they were breaking our house, and I was like 6 years old that time. While they were breaking my home, I was crying and trying to go to my friends and families over there asking for help, and nobody helped that day. That day I promised my mother, when I'll be grown up, I'll buy a house for you and I'll put your name on top of it.
अभी एआई की दुनिया में क्या चल रहा है? पीपल आर वरीड अबाउट एवरीथिंग. अभी ChatGPT, गूगल, अभी डीप सीक है. हैव यू हर्ड अबाउट दैट?
अभी मेरा बर्थडे था. I got around 230 calls. Most of them were about DeepSeek.
Yeah.
Man, happy birthday. By the way, DeepSeek का क्या है? सैम एटमन को भी इतने फोन नहीं आए रहेंगे.
Sam Altman of India.
Childhood, I started selling pencil, pens in school for 1 rupee, 2 rupees, some fruits outside, newspaper, balloons.
अभी जो भी कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट्स हैं who are in 10th 12th, how should they approach career? क्योंकि everything is changing so drastically.
So I get lots of calls around this for mentorship. Somebody's son, somebody's friend, they keep on calling me. I ask them, what do you want to do?
बिजनेस में क्लैरिटी कैसे आती है यंग एज में? आफ्टर लॉट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस यू नो कि क्या चलता है क्या नहीं चलता, बट व्हेन यू आर यंग यू डोंट नो. So Ajit, let's start with your introduction. Like, how did you start your journey?
My name is Ajit Jagtap, and I'm a founder and CEO of one company called as In AI Ways. Like you have railway, airways.
Right.
So now it is AI Ways.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now, and we are helping small and medium enterprises for marketing and technology. So we are pretty good with AI and agentic AI implementation.
Right. So can you take us back through your journey? Like, how did you get started? You said कि you started your entrepreneurship at age 9. तो कैसे समझ आया कि entrepreneur बनना है?
So I had like very emotional story.
Yeah.
You can show my photo whenever you
sure.
want.
हम लोग एक फोटो डाल देंगे.
Yes. So it was a day when we used to stay in hut kind of a thing. Where, like I'm from very humble background. Okay.
Yeah.
And some people came and they were breaking our house, and I was like 6 years old that time. And while they were breaking my home, I was crying and trying to go to my friends and families over there asking for help, and nobody helped that day.
Yeah.
Because we needed to pay 2,000 or 3,000 rupees. And
2,000 3,000 के लिए घर तोड़ दिया.
Yes, and we were not having that. And that day I promised my mother, like when I'll be grown up, I'll buy a house for you and I'll put your name on top of it.
Okay.
So that was the thing in my mind always. So from childhood I started selling small pencil, pens in school for 1 rupee, 2 rupees, some fruits outside, newspaper, balloons, you name it. That was thing in my mind. And when I was around ninth or 8th, maybe people from my school, they can relate to this. Like we had only 4 computers in our school that time. That is also Pentium 386. I don't know if you remember.
No, I was not there at that time.
Okay. So Pentium 386, and nobody was allowed to touch those computers.
Yeah.
So but what I did is like I took permission to clean that room. So every morning 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, I used to go there, clean computers.
Okay.
And that's how I used to go close to computers.
Okay.
In between, I used to see here and there and then start the computer, see what is C prompt. And that time there was some show going on ZTV, that how to operate Windows 3.1. I started, like when nobody was there, I started using it. And that's how I created that hobby kind of a thing. After few years, I met very genius guy, Vivek Sawant sir, and I was in college. I was like 18 years or 19 years old that time, and I was not knowing he is like founder of CDAC. He is like the person who participated in creating India's supercomputer. Nothing. I met him accidentally, and I was sitting next to him. The only thing in my mind was he sits in AC room. Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else.
तभी AC भी बहुत बड़ी चीज होगी.
That time AC was the big thing.
Yeah.
And I was happy that I am AC room and whatever he is speaking. So he asked me, do you know Java? I said, do you know ASP? No. Do you know HTML? I was not even knowing he is speaking in English or not.
Right.
What? So I said, no. And he said like, okay, from tomorrow you come and I'll teach you.
Okay.
That's how I started. not knowing the person who that great person is. Then I started, and overall I understood everything within 4-5 months. I learned lots of things, and that's how I was a person who participated in creating first India's very big program called as MSCIT.
Yeah.
So that was my first opportunity to work with MKCL, Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited. It was with Vivek Sawant sir, Bhatkar sir, like genius guys. And that time I was not aware with whom I'm working and what I'm learning. They taught me everything: how to speak, what to think, what is important in life, what is computer, how to use that power, everything. And the first batch I remember, that time I was not even master degree, but I had enough knowledge where I used to go and teach in MCA school, college that time. And that time .NET was pretty new in around year 2000. So I used to go and teach many of students. So that's how it started. And later the thought came in my mind again, like I want to buy a house for my mother.
Right.
And how I will earn that money. So I asked sir, like, sir, is it okay if I go away from MKCL? At that time, sir was giving me money and everything as per my knowledge and whatever I had. And I grew like anything. But I wanted to earn money for that dream. So I left India. I went to New York. On my first day when I passed my MCA exam, next day I was in New York.
Right.
And there I worked in IBM. In mainframe and healthcare and supercomputing, lots of things I worked upon, and I earned lots of money and then bought house. The day I bought house, I showed it to mom, like you see in movies, same way. I showed.
कैसा था उनका feeling तभी?
She started crying. I showed her, like I promised you that time, and that's how it is. So before that, we changed around 25-30 houses. Like every 6 months, 8 months. We used to take a rental house and then change it. So don't ask me like how many times we change house.
And then why did you come back to India? Like बहुत सारे लोग का सपना होता है कि न्यूयॉर्क में जाके सेटल होना है, न्यूयॉर्क में जॉब चाहिए. Then why did you come back to India?
So basically, I was earning a lot and I was enjoying professionally. Everything was amazing. Like I had a best car, huge team and everything. But the problem was the kind of nurturing Sawant sir gave. The kind of love these all MKCL team members gave, it was missing there. And the biggest part which was missing was my mother. Okay. So in Marathi there is a saying like Swami tini jagata ai vina bhikari. So like even if you have everything, if you are not close to your mother, you are missing everything. So that was touching. And same time, I'm not sure like what time that movie released, Swadesh. It came, it started hitting my head, like Swadesh and home. And one thing happened, there was some MKCL program. And in that program, Raghunath Mashalkar sir, he was speaking. And because I was connected with MKCL, I used to watch like what is happening, even though I was in IBM. So I used to watch that, what is happening, what he's speaking. So he said like, why India's talent is in foreign countries. It's like, हमारे घर का दिया दूसरे के घर में क्यों रख रहे? So that's what he said, and that was my final shot. So I decided I'll come back. So I wrote in bad English, I wrote to Sawant sir that I'm coming to India, I'm sitting in your office, you pay me or you don't pay me, it's okay. But they welcomed me, and that's how I came back to India. I started working with government projects and try to help many people. So we helped lots of states, Haryana, Bihar, Gujarat.
What was your role in that project?
I was a chief technology officer.
Okay.
So
tech handle करते थे आप?
I used to head technology part, and we had lots of developers. Big thing like that was transformative agenda from the MKCL's point of view. So when I also did this. When I was a CT of Chief Technology Officer, that time I went to my own center and participated as a student. Okay. Undercover.
Right.
And I saw what kind of impact it is making on people. And I saw one girl, she is traveling so far with her father, attending that, how she's using my program. if that program stops working in between, what she does.
Right. For context of audience, can you explain what is MKCL?
MKCL is Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited. It is it's a company in partnership with government, and
Right.
that time in year 2021, 2001, 2002, the basic IT literacy was even missing.
Right.
And this company started giving basic IT literacy courses
Hmm.
like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Internet. Those who never got exposure to computers. So this company helped them, everybody. So it was like in Pune, Mumbai, you don't understand that. But when you travel in rural area, there you understand how big gap it is.
Right.
If you read Yuval Harari's books, if you know Yuval Harari and his books, he mentioned that like someday with the knowledge and with the knowledge society, the problem might happen that people will not care about other people because they are not knowing
Yeah.
what you know.
And
So-
how did InAIways happen?
So I worked for government for 10 years or so after 2012, and I had this thing in my mind, entrepreneurship. So previous to working with MKCL also, I started around 4-5 ventures. One was into like a Shadi.com when started
Right,
that time.
right.
Same time I started Bashingbal.com, Knowledge Port, and many companies. And like when I used to talk with ministers, IS officers, people, they used to ask me like, what do you think, how do we implement this?
Right.
And I always used to ask, do you want to implement in AI way or normal way?
Right.
That was my word. And so I thought like, why can't I start in AI ways?
Yeah.
So after COVID, no, it's like happened with everybody.
Right.
So it was a like, do what your mind says or heart says. So I started in AI ways.
आपको AI के बारे में पता ही कैसे चला?
So yep, again, Sawan sir, he taught me like what is important. So I remember the first AI I used. So we had this application BIS client, and it was used by all the centers in that time. Internet was not available, so people used to fill data offline and then upload it later.
Okay.
So there was not a regular internet, or internet was 28 kbps or something like
Yeah.
that. So when people used to enter the data, and we had two fields, photo and sign. So people mistakenly, they used to select somebody else's sign in
Right.
place of photo. So that was a big problem. Like when we used to get that data, we used to say, this is not photo, this is sign.
Yeah.
You have uploaded wrong data. So checking that was a very tedious. So that time I wrote first AI algorithm to detect, is it a photo, is it a sign, what kind of information may be wrong. Maybe from the name itself, I used to check if gender is wrong or not,
Right.
like that. So that time, in year 2002.
Okay, 2002 में ही AI का आना start हो गया था. And आपने
No, before that also AI was there.
Yeah, but इतना लोगों को the people were not aware about that.
Yes.
And when you started this firm?
I started in 2021.
2021. तभी AI का बस start हो गया था ना?
That time also ChatGPT was not there.
Okay.
And we were working on lower component, like we were developing our own LLM. That time
Right.
LLM word was not there.
Yeah.
We were developing, it's a BERT kind of thing, which was developed by Google. We got inspired from that, and we were developing it. But it was our own large language model
Right.
at small scale, large language model at small scale. And suddenly, while we were training that model for the marketing, ChatGPT came in December.
Yeah.
And that's how everybody started talking about ChatGPT.
Right.
And that was nightmare then for us.
ChatGPT gave an instant boom to whole AI revolution and everything.
That's how, instead of we going to people and telling this is important, they started asking us.
अभी AI के दुनिया में क्या चल रहा है? Like people are worried about everything. अभी ChatGPT, Google, अभी DeepSeek. Have you heard about that?
अभी मेरा बर्थडे था रिसेंटली जस्ट जनवरी में. सो आई गॉट बर्थडे विशेष के लिए कॉल आए थे.
Right.
आई गॉट अराउंड 230 कॉल्स.
Okay.
And most of them were about DeepSeek.
Yeah.
Man, happy birthday. By the way, DeepSeek का क्या है? तो मैं सैम एटमन को भी इतने फोन नहीं आए रहेंगे.
Sam Altman of India.
Yeah, no. So people are so much crazy about that thing.
Yeah. So
That's
do
what
you
happened.
think like moving forward it will hamper OpenAI and Gemini?
So in my terms, it's a fight between closed source artificial intelligence versus open source artificial intelligence.
Can you go more deep, like explain कि open source क्या होता है, closed source क्या होता है?
So closed source is like ChatGPT, Anthropic, Quen, all those models are proprietary models.
Yeah.
If you want to use that, you have to give money for every 1 million tokens.
Yeah.
One token is one word.
Right.
For every word you need to pay them. So that's what their model is right now. Maybe it's in discounted rate. Sometime later, when you are fully dependent on that, they will charge very hefty amount. It's like long business. That's
Yeah.
why Microsoft and all big companies, big techs are investing in that.
एंड
Why?
अगर हमको उसके ऊपर कोई कंपनी बिल्ड करनी, देन वी हैव टू पे अ लॉट ऑफ अमाउंट टू ChatGPT एज वेल, उनके API के लिए.
Obviously, but it's saving your other time. The
Yeah.
things which used to take months and months, you can
Yeah.
do that in some few hours or days. So it's worth, but you will be have a dependency on those things.
Yeah.
On other hand, there is a GitHub and open source models. So this DeepSeek company, what they did is like they made their model open source.
Yeah.
So when you say open source, what happens? Like any company can download it, put wrapper on that, make a fine-tune version of it, and then host it.
Yeah.
It's a same algorithm, same powered algorithm as ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Equal kind of thing. That's why it is big tech.
Yeah, and it is developed in fraction of a cost of ChatGPT. Like I was doing the research, it is developed in $6.6 million. Whether ChatGPT was developed in $120 million, I guess, and उन्होंने total $200 million का funding लिया था. And DeepSeek कोई अलग representative, I'm not able to recall कि उनका जो learning process है DeepSeek का, that is a bit different. उनके पास जो डेटा है वो लेबल डेटा है कि ये इंडस्ट्री का अगर ये नॉर्म्स है तो उन्होंने लेबल किया है कि दिस इज द राइट वन, दिस इज द रॉन्ग वन. वेदर ChatGPT इट लर्न्स अपॉन ट्रायल एंड एरर, कि अगर उसको जब स्टार्टिंग में हम लोग ChatGPT को कोई क्वेश्चन पूछते थे तो कुछ भी आंसर देता था. देन ओवर टाइम उन्होंने डेवलप किया है.
So whatever we are saying, discussing right now, we might laugh on our own answers
Right.
within next 2 months
Yeah,
or
yeah.
1 year. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We will see this episode in some days and we will laugh on what primitive technology we were talking about.
Right.
It is gonna happen. So even if it is a DeepSeek or ChatGPT, the next versions of those will be phenomenal, better than
Right.
what we have. So what happened? Like I saw memes on internet. What is happening is like somebody's fishing and putting their fish into some bucket. So and they labeled it as a ChatGPT.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the pond is called as Google and YouTube.
Right,
So what
right.
ChatGPT was doing, that pull the data from Google, YouTube, scrape it, and then train their model.
Right, right.
And what DeepSeek did, they took the fish from ChatGPT's bucket.
Yeah.
So they are saying, like there are multiple controversies, like they are saying this particular program was pulled, data was pulled, algorithm was pulled, and they have used ChatGPT to train their model.
Yeah.
So it's like that. That's why.
So what do you think will happen in future? Like अभी AI में reasoning capabilities भी आ गई है. So पहले मुझे explain करो कि reasoning capabilities से क्या हो सकता है and what impact it will have in current jobs.
In between this last 1.5 years, have you heard about prompt engineering?
Yeah.
So it's like to search something previously, people used to teach other like how to use Google, put
Right,
something
right.
on double quotes,
Yeah.
put plus sign, put tilt, and those all things happens. So same way to use ChatGPT or any AI model, there were prompts and the style they used to call as prompt engineering.
Right, right.
People thought about creating jobs in that or
Yeah.
a career in that. So this is the newer version. It is called reasoning. In that there are two factors. One is chain of thoughts.
Right.
So chain of thought, what it does, if you ask him like, I want this output or I want information about this, the way you search on Google and you see 10 websites and you click on each website and you remember and then you find your answer.
Yeah.
Same way, what it will do, like it will bring all the aspects from entire knowledge base, and for each answer it will validate, is it correct, is it referred,
Yeah.
like that. So that is called a chain of thoughts. It asks question to itself and validates before it gives you answer. To check if it is good or not, just try asking ChatGPT, obviously not the reasoning model, give me some random number.
Yeah.
Type. So it will give you some random number. If you ask to a DeepSeek with
Yeah.
the reasoning, it will think like, okay, let me give a random number from 1 to 100. But user have not asked 1 to 100 range.
Right.
Shall I give it 1 to 1000? It is like overthinker then.
Yeah.
But where the overthinking is required, there it performs like
Right.
amazing. Are you getting? So in some places you do not need reasoning,
Yeah.
some places you need it. So that is number one. And number two, why this is pretty amazing. In ChatGPT, 108 trillion parameters are loaded. When you type something, all are fired and it gives you answer.
Right.
That's why huge compute is required. What DeepSeek has done, no, it kept different experts behind the scene.
Yeah.
When you type something related to mathematics expert comes and answers. If you ask about marketing expert, AI comes and answers.
Yeah.
If they need collaboration, these two things. That's why out of 678 billion parameters, only 37 billion parameters are required at a time.
Yeah.
That's what the average is. Think like running something on 1.8 trillion versus 37 billion. So that's why the hardware cost is pretty less with the DeepSeek. That's why everybody is loving it.
So अभी जो भी college के students हैं who are in 10th 12th, how should they approach career? क्योंकि everything is changing so drastically. If I was in 12th, I would have no clue what should I do, क्योंकि everyone is saying कि सारे jobs replace हो जाएंगे, AI will take over everything. So how should I approach that?
Okay, so I get lots of calls around this for mentorship. Those somebody's son, somebody's friend, they keep on calling me. I ask them like, what do you want to do? Okay, AI में career करना है, AI में career करना है. So you have 4-5 years ahead, after which you will pass out, and that time we don't know if software industry will be there or not.
Right.
So I think what is important, no? So they work on that skill part. What I always say, work on soft skills, people oriented, general support. They should work with that. If they work on specialized things like training a model, understanding, that is good enough. You can learn anytime. But making a career in that will be very hard.
Yeah, and I think कि Gen Z is very bad with soft skills. Like we are only focusing on hard skills. Like our generation, कि we are ज़्यादातर introverts. I see most people are
No,
not.
my generation was like that also. The boomers previous to my generation was amazing in books, reading. You know, I don't know, like when I met my mentor's mentor, no, Takole sir.
Yeah.
I went to Takole sir is like vice chancellor of 4 universities, Mumbai University and then YCMU University.
Yeah.
He's like legend guy. When I went to his house, there were no place to sit. Everywhere there were books and awards.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Only 2 things in entire house. So I never read those many books.
Right.
So number of books I read are around 800.
Yeah.
And whereas these guys more
800
than,
is also crazy. Like 800 बहुत कम लोग के अंदर attention span नहीं है एक book पढ़ने का.
that's what I'm saying. The generation by generation is reducing.
So can you break it down कि अगर कोई 12th का बच्चा देख रहा है, he just graduated, what can he do in his 4 years of career? First year में ये करो, second year में ये करो, third year में.
I don't know what he should do, but
Yeah.
if I'm in their place, what I would have done, I would have started skill of selling something.
Yeah.
So those who can sell and market, actually it's a skill. When you are somewhere talking to someone, you are selling idea.
Yeah.
You are selling concept, you are selling product, you are selling company, something you are trying to convince to others. If that skill is there and you are very pretty good with talking to people and not just computing it, and then I think most of the things will be clear.
Right.
Second, learnability. So think like none of the skills, these tools will be permanent. So whatever skills you have, just differentiate between 2 parts. One is timeless information and another is tools.
Yeah. Fundamentals and tools. Can we?
Yeah, fundamentals
Yeah.
and tools. So fundamentals in your industry, you like write those down and work on those. And the tools, no, it's okay if you know 10% or 20%. But right now everybody goes for that courses about tool.
Yeah.
A tool goes, your knowledge goes.
Right. So you should focus on fundamentals. And are any specific industry you would like to tell कि ये industry रहेगा ही रहेगा?
I have no idea. Like even Sam Altman had that sleepless night maybe.
Right. Right.
Google, like people ask, Ajit, will your company survive in next 2-3 years? Man, forget about me. Check Google. So they have same problems. Like
Right.
everywhere, it's like that.
क्योंकि like it is very hard to predict. क्योंकि जब AI आया था, लोग क्या बोल रहे थे, पहले जो basic jobs है वो पहले जाएंगे. Creative jobs नहीं जा सकते क्योंकि AI will not be able to think. But सबसे पहले creative jobs ही गए.
Music, creative jobs,
Yeah.
painting, designing. So predicting something right now, and again, these are all primitive technologies. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. After 1 year, we will laugh on this what we are talking.
आपको क्या लगता है इतनी सारी चीजें AI automate कर देगी तो humans का क्या रोल होगा?
again, so you are working on some particular piece of work and you are repeating yourself, so only that part will get replaced by AI pretty fast. But you have to do bigger or more deeper work or more general work, then your job will be there.
Yeah.
In terms of software designers or software developers, what I can say, like if you are coding, tomorrow coding may stop, but
Yeah.
architecting something, giving solution to some customer and solving their problems, that will remain.
Yeah.
So you have to go a little bit higher than what you are doing. If you are in marketing and just calling someone and keeping the phone, that might get replaced.
Right.
But you need to understand the human psychology, why people are buying and why people are not buying. If you go into the making strategies, your job will remain.
Yeah. So it is about stacking multiple skills. एक चीज
Stacking
में you
multiple,
can't be dependent.
So that saying was there, no? Jack of all trades, master of none. But those are the days now. Like
Yeah.
you should be like that. You should be knowing everything. Let AI be the master of something.
Now let's talk about business. An 18-year-old want to start his business. So how should he go about it? Like ideas कैसे ढूंढे?
So how I started this, I got inspiration from Dropbox.
Okay.
When Dropbox started, do you know story behind that?
No.
So when it's pretty interesting, when Dropbox started, they were not sure whatever storage, cloud storage they are bringing, will it work or not.
Right.
So what they did is like they just created a video and prototypes video actually, and they showed like you can keep the files in the cloud, you can download it whenever you want. And on that demo they said, if you want this software, we are ready, we are preparing it, you subscribe.
Yeah.
And people started subscribing to that, and they showed that same information to investor, saying that so many people are interested,
Right.
why don't you invest in our company? And that's how Dropbox started. So I call it as a soft launch. So before starting this Inaways, I did soft launch of 10 businesses.
Okay.
So you write down 10 ideas.
Game of probability.
Yeah, you write down 10 ideas, take websites, it's called a website
Right.
where you try to pitch each application. So when you are pitching that application to some customers, you will find the ease in selling something. As soon as you find ease, you can take that candidate for next step.
Yeah.
So choose the software which is easy to sell versus easy to make.
Right. There is a saying also कि 90% of the businesses fail. तो पहले से सोच लो कि मुझे 10 करना है. And
Yes.
मैंने भी before getting into agency मैंने 10 चीजें try करी थी. I tried graphic design, social media marketing. I had done 2-3 jobs. तो अगर आप 10 चीजें करते हो तो आपको पता चल जाता है कि मुझे क्या करने में मजा आ रहा है, क्या करने में मजा नहीं आ रहा और क्या चल रहा भी है.
Yes, flow.
उसमें भी clarity आ जाती है.
Yes, where you flow, state of flow.
Yeah, but ideas कहाँ से लाएं? Like मेरे को पता ही नहीं है कि मुझे क्या करना है. How do I generate ideas?
So you need to meet lots of people, and that's how they talk, tell problems. So that's how it is. So few days back I was in Crossword, and 3-4 very young guys, and one was calling another, hey CTO को बुला, hey CMO को बुला, देख ये book कैसा है. And I was surprised, those youngsters are talking like they are working in some company. They were into 10th class, and they were talking like they formed the company, and they were reading very self-help books. So I asked them, what kind of product you have? No, abhi to product nahi hai, we are practicing.
Yeah.
So I thought, very nice. So you should start like that. Practice, try to sell something, create your company, team members virtually, and then check how it works.
So it's about identifying a problem
Problem.
and trying different things.
Yes.
और सिर्फ एक चीज ट्राई करके अगर फेल हो गया तो रुकना मत. एटलीस्ट 10 चीजें ट्राई करनी है.
Start करके fail नहीं होना है. You have to try 10 things, pick 2 out of it. See where you can go very long. Business में stand करना बहुत important है.
Yeah.
Starting and failing तो होने वाला है.
Right.
Fail के पास थोड़ा सा stand करके वापस grow हो सकते हो ना.
Right.
So it's amazing.
एंड लेट्स से कि हम लोगों ने एक बिजनेस वेंचर स्टार्ट कर दिया एंड चल गया वो बिजनेस. नाउ हाउ टू गो अबाउट हायरिंग अ कोर टीम. हमारी कोर टीम कैसे बिल्ड करें? लेट्स से आई एम अ 21 ईयर ओल्ड. हाउ कैन आई बिल्ड माय कोर टीम? मेरा बिजनेस का आइडिया वैलिडेटेड है, माय बिजनेस इज ग्रोइंग. कोर टीम कैसे बनाए?
So before core team, I'll suggest go with some mentor.
ओके.
So you should stand on the shoulders of mentor. Whatever mentor learned and whatever mistakes they did, if you don't have mentors, take books as your mentors. But you need mentor.
Yeah.
He is the number 1 team member in your team. So after mentor, you take all the roles and skill set.
Yeah.
But make sure that whatever skill you own, you don't get another person equivalent to your skills.
Yeah,
So
but
if you are
इसमें
developing,
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है like how to find the right mentor, क्योंकि the problem is people can use you when you are young. So how to find the right mentor who really wants to help you out?
it's pretty simple. If somebody is helping you grow and he is interested in you growing,
Yeah.
so he's your right mentor. Maybe till some level he can mentor you.
Yeah.
After that you need some other mentor.
Right.
But it's pretty simple. Like if
नहीं, but
somebody,
कैसे ढूंढे? Like for you it is simple, but an 18-year-old watching is उनको पता
no,
ही नहीं
when
कि
I
mentor
was
कहाँ से
16,
ढूंढे.
18, that time I met so many mentors.
Yeah.
I'm saying actually mentor in spiritual world, mentors are seeking you.
Yeah.
You don't have to seek mentor. Just be open that where you can find mentor, and actually people are searching you. I was with Bhatkar sir once just now, and one of our colleague was asking, she failed in some interview so many times and she needs help of Bhatkar sir or
Right.
something like that related to some problem. So I took that colleague to Bhatkar sir, and she told like, I'm failing in interviews and this and that so many times, what should I do? And Bhatkar sir replied, you should pray. I was like, what? Why sir said like that? And that was bogging me so much.
Right.
But I later understood pray means you have to be open. You have to be optimistic that somebody, someone, and if you keep that eye open, that side open, you find people.
Yeah, क्योंकि
So
बिजनेस
just
में
like-
स्टार्टिंग में क्या होता है, पीपल से कि टू बिल्ड अ ग्रेट टीम यू नीड अ प्रॉपर विजन, बट व्हेन यू आर यंग यू डोंट हैव दैट विजन, क्योंकि हर दिन कुछ अलग चल रहा होता
That's why you need a mentor.
है. Yeah.
Once you have a mentor, rest of the things will carry.
Any books you would recommend to learn about team building?
No, I'll suggest don't go with the books, because the books, well, there are multiple good books.
Yeah.
But the first book I'll recommend, which my mentor gave it to me, the first book was 7 Habits.
Okay, 7 Habits of Highly Influential People.
Yes. Why? Because unless you are not good in what you are doing,
Right, right.
how come the other person will work with you?
Yeah.
So that was first book, and the second book I highly recommend and I give to everybody. I have one copy. I'll give it to you also.
Yeah.
It's How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Yeah.
So that is the second book. So read these 2 books compulsory,
Right.
and later you build your business.
बिजनेस में क्लैरिटी कैसे आती है यंग एज में? लाइक आफ्टर लॉट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस यू नो कि क्या चलता है क्या नहीं चलता है, बट व्हेन यू आर यंग यू डोंट नो.
Repeat yourself. You put down the cycle and repeat yourself. And in each iteration, write down what problems you are facing and try to solve those.
Okay.
So iterations are more important than anything else. So try to make as many iterations. So if you have 2 companies, you can judge which company will get success faster. The company which iterates more.
Yeah.
So iterate into your own model of selling, refining, going to market, reducing time, that.
बट ये इटरेशन का जो कंसेप्ट है ना, ये भी बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग होता है. लाइक आई नो मेनी पीपल हु आर चेंजिंग देयर ऑफर्स एवरी वीक, बट इफ यू आर ऑफरिंग अ स्पेसिफिक सर्विस और अ प्रोडक्ट एंड इफ यू डोंट स्टिक विद दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट फॉर अ एटलीस्ट 1 or 3 month ड्यूरेशन, यू विल नॉट नो कि इफ इट वर्क्स और नॉट. लोग पहले ही गिव अप कर देते हैं.
You should know the time when you are changing. Make sure that you are doing A/B testing and all.
Yeah. What is the right time to stick with an offer?
Depends on
Depends.
product to product. But usually you can take a quarter.
Yeah.
Like every 1 quarter, try to stick with that. And if your product is new, 1 month is good enough.
Yeah. And do you use any framework to get clarity? Like कुछ framework आप use करते हो? आपने बोला कि लिखना है, but do you write any specific things about that?
Yes. So every day you should write log. What happened in my company. So that is for your personal thing.
Right.
Write down what I'm missing every day. So it is very important. Huh? You decided something, you write to-dos.
Right.
But you should write what I missed to complete. So that actually helps. And then there is a framework called as GTDN, Get Things Done.
Yeah.
GTDN. So get things done is very important. Like if I have 2 minutes, I can explain that.
Yeah, sure.
It is like whatever work you have, put that into the inbox. Inbox is just writing it down. After inbox, don't think like allocating it to someone or completing it. Just put that into the inbox.
Right.
Then have a 1 slot in morning or in evening where you sort those things into, shall I complete it, shall I postpone it, shall I give it to someone, and sort those into the projects. And after that, your project plan is built.
Yeah.
You execute that project plan. So it's a pretty simple. You can search on Google, see the GTDN framework, and you should follow it. Pretty simple.
Yeah. And how to save your time as a founder? Like after a specific time, what young entrepreneurs have face major problem is कि वो लोग business में काम करने लग जाते हैं. How to get out of business and build a proper systems and process कि सारी चीजें smoothly operate करें.
No, it should be reverse. They should get busy more with business. For system, you have a expert, hire expert, and let that expert optimize the system based on your response. So as a founder, you should be standing in front of customer, take the feedback wherever possible, because if you have middleman who gives you feedback,
Yeah.
then it's a problem.
Okay, so you are saying कि starting से ही experts को hire करके पूरा automate कर दो, you will only do sales and marketing.
You should start with sales and marketing as a career, as a founder, everything.
Yeah, but the problem is अगर हम लोग starting से ही चीजें automate करते हैं, we don't know कि fund मतलब हमको हमारे business का core नहीं पता है.
इसलिए don't start automation, start selling first.
Okay.
Let it work, then make it better. That's the formula.
Okay, and do you think कि अगर किसी को आज के टाइम में एक AI कंपनी चालू करनी है और उसको AI नहीं आता, can he start a company without knowing AI?
So I'll rephrase your statement. Everybody should know how to use AI.
Yeah.
Everybody, and there is no concept of AI company or non-AI.
Yeah.
All companies will be AI companies.
Right.
And like founder of this NVIDIA said, the IT guys will be the new HRs.
Right. नहीं, but coding सबको नहीं आती ना.
Coding is not
background
required.
नहीं है.
So you can outsource that work, get it done from someone.
But again, the problem comes कि how do we judge that कि वो बंदे ने सही किया कि नहीं किया?
No, you use ready-made tools first. You can spend more money.
Okay.
Once it starts hitting market, then you create your own custom version.
Right. So how do we go about it? How to start an AI company without knowing coding?
Don't start AI company. Find out what problems you can solve for customers, people. Is it bringing the value? Is it solving somebody else? Is it easy to sell?
Yeah.
Can you do that repeatingly? If everything is okay, then only start AI company.
Yeah.
Or company with AI.
Right. Now let's talk about jobs. जो भी लोग जिनको जॉब करना है. So AI में आप कुछ specific job बता सकते हो कि अभी at the moment जो high paying है?
Yeah, the highest paying job would be the AI के model जो train करता है. So those guys are pretty rare, but fundamental, not like fine tuning something. It's a fundamental, like those guys will be.
उसके लिए क्या qualification required होती है?
No qualification is required. It's just that you go download the open source projects, learn about it, like start tweaking it. But you will not get any course or anything on top of it.
Right.
So because if somebody creates that, it is general knowledge.
Yeah.
That's why. Then you will not have high paying. As soon as you find something on courses,
Yeah.
it is not high paying. So something which is niche, nobody knows, then only you will get paid.
तो कैसे सीख सकता है कोई वो चीज?
Download the open source projects and learn from that.
And कितना सैलरी मिलता है उसमें अभी at the moment?
You ask for it. That much.
और कोई जॉब्स है जो अभी हाई पेइंग चल रही है?
Second is architect. So solution architect, enterprise architects. Those
आर्किटेक्ट मतलब बिल्डिंग्स बनाते हैं वो?
जैसे बिल्डिंग बनाते हैं आर्किटेक्ट रहते हैं, वैसे सॉफ्टवेयर के भी आर्किटेक्ट.
Okay, got it.
So those guys will be the people who will handle parts of the product softwares, how information flows, and real, like everywhere architects are the architects and they know the real thing.
Yeah, got it.
So they will be earning highest pay.
आर्किटेक्ट्स के लिए क्या क्वालिफिकेशन होती है?
Any master degrees, and then you qualify, go for the certifications. And you need at least 10 years of experience to become an architect.
Yeah, and how do you think AI is changing marketing overall?
My company works in marketing. I would like to show my case study.
Yeah.
So previously, we saw before we started with the marketing tech, we thought on which platform we should run our product. So the major share was with Google.
Yeah.
Because Google owns Gmail, they own google.com, they own youtube.com, they own news, they own Android,
Right.
they own watches, OS, then they own TVs.
Right.
And they are collecting data from everywhere. That's why the precision and the marketing platform what they built is amazing. So you don't have those many tweaks and those many parameters in other platforms compared to Google. One might say nobody's gonna use Google, we
Yeah.
use ChatGPT. That's a separate thing. But right now, every day I heard more than 9 billion requests come to Google every day. and those many eyeballs on Google.
Right.
No? So I'm talking about search. Forget about other things. So we created a platform, like we created, and we decided we will run on Google first,
Yeah.
because it is covering, let's say, 91% Google market share. I mean, so we saw for operating Google, they got more than 40-50 certifications. You need at least 3-4 months to understand your market fit and how Google can help you.
Right.
And the person who knows Google, a Google expert, whose salary might be from starting from 5 lakh to 20 lakh or 30-40 lakhs.
Right.
And you need web designer, you need UX designer, you need content writer, then you need a manager, maybe you have an agency who does so many moving parts, and your strategy changes, you need to change everything.
Right.
So we saw a problem in this, and we automated entire thing. So previously, whatever you used to take time using tools like SEMrush and other tools, even using that you would have spent 3 months.
Right.
That happens now within 30 minutes. Our own team used to take 20 people used to take 180 task lists they used to complete.
Right.
It happens within 5 to 10 minutes now.
How does it happen?
We have created entire agentic AI. So our force of AIs and agents, they work for you.
Yeah.
You just have to give two things: your URL and your competitor's URL, and rest of the entire thing happens.
So are AI agents already here in market?
We are selling it for last 2 years.
So can you tell us more about AI agents and how they work?
Yes, so agent work on large language model, but they got extra features kind of thing, where they can read emails, send emails,
Right.
read WhatsApp, send WhatsApp, or they can make calls and receive calls. On top of that, they got the training for on your domain.
Right.
Like you can create company's document knowledge base, and on top of it, we can train it. So it runs in limited knowledge, so that you can control it better. Like you can ask any question to large language model, but you don't want that in business.
Yeah.
So there you, based on the role or something like that, we create agents. So it's like we have, like you have a Naukri.com where you can have people. Same way we have all types of agents. For calling, we have agents. As a virtual vice president who take care of all business, we have an agent for that. Like project manager, we have agent for that.
Project manager का भी agent है.
Yes, and then we have agents.
How does it take updates from the team members?
So it says like sees your database or your tool where you put information, and from that, you know, this was supposed to complete yesterday. क्यों नहीं हुआ?
So Slack पे basically हम लोग use कर रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे
any application, so it can interact with any application and it can integrate also. We have to make customization in that.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. So right now, if you like, I would love if you use our product.
Yeah, sure.
You go to our website inavis.com. I'll give you beta version.
Yeah.
So it is not deployed on the production yet, because we are training those AI agents. If you go to inavis.com and if you see page at the bottom, if you see the contact form, and if you feel that, you will get a call.
Yeah.
And you talk to that agent and let me know how you feel.
Yeah, sure. I will do that, and I will also insert a recording in the podcast to show the audience how it works. Hi, I'm Ganesh, but who's this?
Hello Ganesh, I am Manish, a sales representative at Inavis Technology.
Okay, is this a sales call?
Yes Ganesh, it is. But I'm here to help you, not just sell. I want to understand your business needs and how our AI-powered Google Ads solutions can benefit you.
Okay, so I run a clothing brand. We sell t-shirts to Gen Z. Like our target audience is 18 to 30 and our price point is 500. Do you think Google Ads can help us?
Oh, that's a great target audience. I think Google Ads can definitely help you reach Gen Z effectively. But to be sure, could you tell me the name of your company?
My company's name is Orange T-shirts.
Okay, Orange T-shirts, that's a good name. And you mentioned you sell T-shirts to Gen Z, so your target audience is clear. Do you currently run Google Ads?
No, I haven't tried Google Ads because like I have heard that it doesn't work.
I understand your hesitation, but I think you might be surprised. AI-powered Google Ads are much more efficient and targeted than traditional methods. We can help you reach the right people at the right time.
What do you mean
with
by
the right
AI powered
message.
Google Ads? Because many people are using AI as term as a buzz.
You're right, Ganesh. AI is a buzzword, but it's also a powerful tool. In our case, AI powered Google Ads means using advanced algorithms to automate and optimize your campaigns. It's not just about throwing money at ads and hoping for the best. We use AI to analyze your target audience, their search behavior, and even your competitors to create highly targeted and effective ads. It's
Can
like
you give
having
me
a
some
team of
examples
tech.
of the clients you work with?
Of course, Ganesh, we worked with a lot of different companies, both B2B and B2C. For example, We Golden Urge, a clothing brand like yours, doubled their business in just 2 years using our AI portal. And Artel Studios, a creative agency, generated a business potential of $31 million. These are just a few examples, but they show how effective our AI powered Google Ads can be.
That's great, man. How much would be the basic requirement to start running Google Ads?
Okay, Ganesh, that's a great question. Our pricing depends on the specific services you choose. But I can tell you that our AI portal can actually help you save money on your Google ad spend. We've seen clients reduce their ad spend by up to 40% because we're so efficient at targeting the right audience. To give you a better idea of the cost, I'd love to schedule a demo for you.
Yeah,
During the
sure, man.
demo,
It sounds
we can
interesting. I would love to check it out.
Okay, Ganesh, that's great. When would be a good time to schedule a demo for you? We can
Tomorrow,
do it.
2 p.m. works?
Okay, Ganesh, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Sounds good. I'll add it to my calendar. I'll send you a confirmation email with the details. Is there anything
Perfect.
else I can help you with today?
No, no. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
So that's how agents can work on any task,
Yeah.
and they can work 24 by 7. They don't ask hike. There are so many things.
So, do you think now people understand the importance of AI and everything? Like you talked with a lot of people right now.
Yes. So yeah, now AI agents, and when they see our product and they listen to agents, they see it's happening the way
Yeah.
humans are working. Now they started understanding AI. But prior to that, when I meet people, people don't understand. They just talk about this tool, that tool. They may be talking about ChatGPT 90%
Right.
of the time, then Mid Journey, then some application which creates the PPT, so have you seen any uh, in any college or school or university when people come for AI session?
Yeah.
They usually tell these are the tools,
Right.
and nobody's talking about the core things.
Right.
So I feel bad for that, like where the world is going and where our people talking about only tools.
So by core things you mean the fundamentals about AI?
Fundamentals, like what AI can do, what AI cannot do, what is AI. Like somebody, even if it is normal computing, people call it AI.
Right.
Even if you have a website, they say with this AI can we do something. So people are not understanding where
Right.
AI is and where AI is not.
Yeah. My last question would be for 18-year-olds watching this. I would like to frame this way: like, if you were 18-year-old today, what advice would you give yourself?
Start using AI, understand the deep things. Do not use just tools. Tools are okay,
Yeah.
but understand the things. Second, work on your skills where you talk to human beings, understand their problems, work on troubleshooting, and then you do multiple things together.
Right.
If you do only one thing, you will get replaced with our own agents very
Yeah.
soon.